Now, in this case, you got to see it in OTT on demand.
Yes, so. Well, I haven't seen the whole thing. I've gotten to, I think I have 2 matches left.
Okay.
The last match I watched was the British Strong Style in their 6-man tag against Keith Lee, Sami Callihan, and Donovan Dijak.
Let me tell you something right now. I say every week, every time we cover OTT, each show gets better and better. But here's the thing now. It's getting harder to review it reflecting on the live shows because you're so embraced by it. Especially every match after British Strong Style, you kind of lose focus on what was everything else.
Yeah,
I have to look back, and like honestly, the on-demand service they have is a blessing now, because like, you know, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be able to think, oh yeah, this happened as well. Like, you know, so
the on-demand is a blessing.
It is.
But I'll always like the sort of things that like you probably wouldn't have noticed. The lads British Strong Style playing beer pong in the middle of the ring before the match starts.
Yeah, that was Nathan who brought that sign up as well. Yeah. So if they play with that there, it was so cool.
I'm sorry, Nathan, that Pete Dunne got really upset and destroyed your sign as well.
To be fair, everyone destroys every sign he makes. Like the only sign that wasn't destroyed was the Katie Harvey sign or something like that. So.
True.
But we'll get on to it anyway. Chris Brooks took on Damien Corvin in a gold with the gold ring that was won at I forget what the show was. It was like one of the early shows this year, like where
it was the Marble Zone.
That's the one. Thank you. Of course, Marble Zone. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Bonesaw was ringside for the match, and after interfering twice in the match, Foxy barred Bonesaw from ringside, and
he banned him earlier on. Then he came back, and Foxy didn't say anything to him.
Yeah.
When he came back, which I thought was quite weird.
Yeah, that's kind of weird actually. You mentioned it. Foxy barred. It looked like Corvin was on top for most of the match. Until Brooks stayed into it, and when Bonesaw came back to motivate Corvin, Brooks reversed Corvin, flipping over the top rope with a suplex neck breaker. Bonesaw put Corvin's foot on the rope to break the pin, and Corvin then took advantage of Foxy being distracted by Bonesaw by low blowing Brooks. Corvin then had a go at Foxy for pushing and spit on his own shoe. Did you see that part actually? Yeah. Brooks then retaliated by low blowing Corvin and getting Foxy involved in CCK's double team move. Actually, that was quality. Yeah. I actually can't wait for the whole CCK to come next month. Actually, that should be awesome. Brooks then made Corvin submit with an octopus stretch to win the match and retain the gold ring star. And then after the match, he took to the mic saying the gold ring means that all 3 members of Kings of the North will face all 3 members of CCK. So that's Chris Brooks, Cargos, I think the guy's name is, and Travis Banks to challenge all 3 members of Kings of the North for the title. So that should be a really exciting match actually.
Should be really good.
That's going to be one of the matches of the night for sure. Justin Shape and Logan Bryce took on Pastor William Ever and the Session Nun Martina. Or the
the Virgin Martina.
The Virgin Martina, yeah. Or the Session Nun, whichever you want to say. William J, Humperdinck and Valerie were with Justin and Logan at ringside. William J first took to the match said the match that this match is definitely a handicap match, as no one was booked to be with Ever, and also assured the crowd that he will be running the show at WrestleRama as opposed to Mick Foley. So he's just making his presence felt with that one, I suppose. William Ever's partner, as he again turned out to be the Session Nun or the Virgin Martina, whichever you want to say.
Yeah.
Bear with me for a second. Some blah 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 blah. There's never actually a more appropriate time actually for the crowd to chant Holy S. When you think about it. And here's her coming out to Aretha Franklin and Annie Lennox. Yeah. Some funny interactions included Justy expressing his love for mixed gender wrestling.
What was it? I'm a gender fluid wrestler.
Yeah. Ever making Logan slap himself, and Ever giving Martina the power to strike Logan. In the end, Ever threw Martina down at Logan and the outside before Justy rolled up Ever with a handful of tights to win the match by pinfall. When Martina asked for forgiveness after the match, Ever hugged her before Martina stopped Ever from leaving and having a rave. Then Katie Harvey came out attacking Martina and Ever before challenging Martina to a match at WrestleRama. It's only a matter of time. Like, in my opinion, those two have the best rivalry in all of OTT.
Yeah, because I would agree actually. Yeah,
it goes back. Like,
I think this is the last one though.
Yeah,
I think after it, this is done.
Yeah, absolutely. Their rivalry is doing so well. Like, they're really making a big name for themselves. Like, both of them, and like, They're both like the 1 and 2 in the women's division in not you could argue women's division in Ireland. You could argue as opposed.
Well, we'll see next week after obviously because CCW are going to crown their first women's champion next week.
Imagine how interesting if Katie wins that match. She'll be OTT, CCW, and Pro Wrestling Ulster champion.
Yeah,
be interesting to see. The team of 2 Unlimited, Patrick and Jay Salmon, took on Charlie Sterling and Zach Gibson. Gibson could hardly get a word about his claim of soon to be OTT's number 1 as the crowd constantly booed him. The constant boos eventually started to bother him as he called the Irish wrestling scene a rip-off of the British shows and plans to eliminate every Irish wrestler in OTT until the roster only has British wrestling. Sterling then attempted to sing the British national anthem until 2 Unlimited interrupts them with their entrance. Some excellent wrestling and tag teams from Unlimited, almost Young Bucks
Yeah.
Even with hints of Osprey, they dive almost everywhere. The crowd were actually relieved that they didn't see Sterling's bare arse for a change as well. So
it makes a nice change, doesn't it?
Yeah. Now, there's one thing I have to say about 2 Unlimited. They're a very exciting tag team, but they also seem to botch a move or two here and there as well.
They're green. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That was their second match in OTT?
Yeah, they left, which left Patrick Salmon a bit worse for wear, I think, as well, when he left, which left the crowd a bit concerned. So it was a bit of if you notice, there was a bit of a hush after that shooting star press where, I think he hit his head or something like that.
It's a thing as well, we're probably the worst people to try and talk about it, but, I'm assuming once you get out there, the excitement and the atmosphere takes its toll on you, and you just feel that you go for stuff that you wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
And I feel maybe that's an adjustment that needs to be made.
I'm not
and that will happen with time.
Yeah, I'm not criticising their performance, their awesome performance, but I
think the excitement of the whole occasion got the better of them.
But it's not only that; it's also it's the excitement of just keeping an eye on everything as well. Because the slightest jump or something could go wrong, and and. There was a worse one, I think, a bit later on. I think there's a shooting star press from Jay using Patrick as a platform, which seems to hurt Jay. I think he hit his head or something like that. I'm not sure, a very impressive high flying offense from Sterling as well. That corkscrew swanton bomb, by the way.
Yeah, really good.
He's really good. And it looked like 2 Unlimited were about to finish Blotch. That 450 actually hit his knees hit Gibson in the midsection. Yeah, that was and a frog splash from Jay before Sterling dragged Foxy out of the ring and attacked him, with making 2 Unlimited win by disqualification. Lads in the Flats then attacked Sterling from ringside, which made both Sterling and Gibson retreat. 2 Unlimited confronted Lads in the Flats before Worky took to the mic and challenged Gibson and Sterling to a match at WrestleRama. So that should be a good match, actually, considering what Gibson and Sterling are trying to accomplish.
Yeah, a Dublin street fight, I think it's what it's going to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should be really good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Now, Katie Harvey defended her OTT women's title against Zaya Brookside. Amazing to discover that Katie has been wrestling the best part this year with a shoulder and wrist problems. You know that?
Yeah, I saw something about that a couple of weeks ago, actually. What happened was, I believe, she was at a Progress show and she hurt her shoulder, and she went for an x-ray and said the shoulder's okay, it's just a bad bump. But she had also been working with a partially broken wrist for the last couple of months that she didn't know about.
She's tough as they come, seriously.
It's unbelievable.
And the standard that she's wrestling in as well, and she's hurt like that. So it goes to show you.
Should we get into what happened during the week?
Might as well.
Concerning Katie and women's wrestling.
Well, we're not going to name names, but
you're in a better position because you've actually seen the video or the post, because I haven't seen it.
I'm not going to name any names. We'll just say someone on someone's page. We'll call it X. We'll just say it was on their page, and X on Y's page made a comment about the administrator for that page said that Katie Harvey is one of the best wrestlers, not only in Ireland, not only in Europe, but in the world, because the standard she is. It was
a comment on a podcast or something like that. No, or a wrestling news page.
Yeah, it was a wrestling news page from it was a Northern Irish one, I think it was. Yeah. And this guy said that she looks fat.
Yeah.
And later on, he went on his own Facebook saying that my dude doesn't like female wrestling. And when asked,
was it a video or a post?
It was just a post, no videos whatsoever. And then he later said the reason I just think the standard is poor, and everyone accused him of being sexist to the point where even Katie Harvey herself commented like, "Okay, I see what you said. I want nothing to do with you."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was that.
He did delete it and retracted it and did. Sent out a full apology.
Yeah, he does his own video related to wrestling. I won't say what it's about, but he apparently I didn't see I only saw the start of it, and apparently he apologized. Almost the whole thing was an apology, like as opposed to getting what he's into about, like, you know. So we'll leave it at that. Like, you know, like as far as we go, we're all for women's wrestling. Like,
have nothing to say about it,
especially now because the standard is as high as it's ever been. Not just in WWE, but in the indies. There's a hit show on Netflix about it. Yeah, like it's just
everywhere. Immature comments like, you think she looks fat.
I mean, come on, grow up. This is Katie Harvey, who has a personal training and a pole dancing background.
I don't even care if it's Katie Harvey. I don't even care if it's Kevin Owens. Don't say such immature things like he looks fat.
Yeah.
Get over yourself, pal.
Some of the best wrestlers out there aren't sculpted from like marble or anything like that. Kevin Owens is an example of that. He gives a damn.
Kevin Owens, Bray Wyatt are perfect examples, but it's not just them. If you look at any sport, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a six-pack abs. You need to have muscles coming out of everywhere.
Sure, you may look more marketable, but the fact is, it's not essential.
Yeah.
It never is.
You know, it's just
some of the best wrestlers of all time aren't like the best looking wrestlers, or like have to be like big, massive, well built wrestlers. Great examples: Rey Mysterio, the Andre the Giant, Big Show, Shawn Michaels.
Ability tops looks any day of the week.
Exactly. And Katie Harvey's one of the best wrestlers in this country, regardless of gender. She's one of the best pound.
And she looks great as well. So she has both. So it's all
good. So we'll leave it at that. We're going to get to. I feel we'll get we'll get too personal about it if we go on too much about. But going back to the match, Katie's aggression and mannerisms, like she actually plays a very good heel. Like, she's improved so much on that in particular as well. And although Brookside showed good technique, because Brookside, it was her OTT, she showed very good technique, but her mannerisms I felt could have been way better. Like, there was a moment when I think she ran up to the turnbuckle, she made a very obvious pause and then turned around before doing a hurricanrana, and I just think little things like that could be better. I'm not saying it was bad.
She's still young though. That's the thing.
She's only 20 or 21.
So that comes with time. Like, not everyone is going to be like a 20-year-old Tyler Bate. Like, I almost said Tyler Bruce.
Yeah, but anyway, like it was still like, she has all the potential in the world, so and I'd love to see her come back. In the end, Harvey submitted Zaya with an octopus stretch to retain her title. Katie continued to apply her submission on Zaya after the match before Martina went after Katie as she retreated. Martina said that she's sick and tired of being attacked from behind, and Katie this time has nowhere to hide at WrestleMania. So I really look forward to that match now.
Yeah.
The debut of Bobby George Jr. as he took on Terry Thatcher. What an entrance from Bobby George.
His own commentator,
his own personal announcer.
Brilliant.
Does him as the only pro wrestler to finish a match with a double tops. Just stuff like that is brilliant.
The double tops elbow drop, fantastic name.
And the 180 splash, I think, was his other thing. Like, and doing commentary of when he applies the move as well. It's just brilliant, like, you know. In the good match by Terry Thatcher had a very good showing. I like Terry Thatcher. Like he's a guy who's not very well known around the Irish Indies, but he has been around, and he has good technique. Like, you know, he's running the OTT contender shows, so it's good to see he's getting his match. In the end, so George Jr. won by pinfall following a spear and double tops elbow drop in a very good debut. So look forward to seeing more of him.
Yeah. As well as the 180 during the middle of the match by his own personal ring announcer. Fantastic.
Yeah. Now, British Strong Style, Trent Seven, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate took on the team of Sami Callihan, Donovan Dijak and Keith Lee. Shouts again, as we mentioned, to Nathan for bringing the British Pong style cardboard pong table, which Trent and Tyler played with before Pete destroyed it.
Yeah.
Love Callihan, Dijak and Lee's entrance, by the way. It looked like a massive...
it was a 9-foot monster being brought in.
Yeah, I like it. The size and strength from Lee though is incredible, but his agility for a man of his size
The man is unbelievable.
This man. No, we talked about last week of Jeff Cobb and how impressive he is, but this is a man who's much bigger than him.
Yep.
And the stuff he does is just like, it boggles the mind.
Yep.
That splash he did over everybody, for example.
And the pop as well.
Oh,
unbelievable.
Yeah, you had to be there, man. The place almost exploded when that happens. Moments in the match included, obviously, when they all dived over the top rope, including the 330-pound Leon everyone. Them nipple crippling each other at ringside, actually, to the point where they're actually nipple crippling a few of the fans who were at that side as well.
Watching it on demand, they kind of got lost in what was happening. They couldn't follow.
Believe me, it's almost an advantage that you see it on demand, because if you saw it live when you're in one place the whole time, you can't see everything that's going on sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. Lee Jackie backed Dijak and Callihan around the ring. Tyler Bates lifting Lee up with his shoulders. Tyler deadlift German suplexing Lee with Trent and Pete's help, of course. And then Lee powerbombing Callihan so he can stall super suplex Bates. Remember that? But when he had powerbomb and had that stall superplex, that got a bit of a pop as well. In the end, an incredibly entertaining match, probably one of the best matches. Like we talked about that British Strong Style against Be Cool. Be Cool, Angel Cruz and Tyler Bates. This match is right up there if you ask me.
We've seen a lot of obviously 6-man tags recently in OTT shows. Would it be a good idea to possibly bring in, a la Ring of Honor, a 6-man tag team title?
It's not a bad idea, but the thing is as well, there's
because you've got like Kings of the North anyway are a 3 team, and they're doing a 6-man tag for the tag team titles against CCK.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea actually. But I don't think there's enough of a roster in OTT for that to reply
I'm
properly.
sure you can get the people in.
Maybe.
I'm sure you can.
But most of the 6-man are in tag teams anyway, so that's probably why it's like maybe not. It's a good idea, but that's something to be
or even some sort of tag team tournament.
Yeah.
And the winners can get a tag team title shot anyway. You could do a 6-man tag against the...
Maybe. Yeah. Now, Dunn pinned Callihan after a triple pedigree for the win. Both teams showed respect for each other, all doing a 6-way Triple H parody, like spitting into the crowds.
For the boss.
Yeah, that's it. Afterwards, British Strong Style all pointed at the WrestleRama sign as indication that they'll be there, which they will, against Jeff Cobb and War Machine. We look forward to that match, actually. Now, this is what you missed. Now, originally, there was supposed to be a squat-off between Kenny Williams and Be Cool, after Be Cool, in an angry mood, confronted Kenny Williams for picking up his change by squatting. Be Cool came out so angry over his pink hoodie, trying to follow British Strong Style, and Kenny over squatting, stealing his gimmick. Kenny came out to the ring with a big ban of cans, only one in the room, by the way. They were selling bottles, actually. They had no cans that night. Yeah, it disappointed a lot of people. Only willing to do the squat off on the condition of drinking a drink off a can after each squat.
That's fair. Yep. And
I was actually getting really into it, when it looked like the squat off was coming to an end, the anti-fun police came out. The chance of YMCA starting a impromptu 6-man tag. The team of Damien Dunn, the Fabulous Nikki, and Bull James. Moments in the match included Dunn arresting and handcuffing Cruz and Be Cool together before Be Cool somehow squat himself out of the handcuffs. Squats.
I don't know how that happens, but okay.
A revisit of Nikki and Cruz's old rivalry as well. That was actually very interesting at one stage as well. Former tag team partners and rivals. Team Peter and Rick will call them in this show, taking the steroids and attacking everyone, including giving brainbusters to Cruz and Be Cool. And then Be Cool trying to impersonate a few famous finishers, including the Stone Cold Stunner, and he got booed actually when he did the Roman Reigns thing, where he stamps the canvas as well. Cruz almost was about to cut Nikki's throat as well with the handcuff as well, getting into his psychotic moves. Yeah. In the end, Damien Dunn pinned Be Cool following a hanging DDT for the win in a good fun match. Anti-fun police. After the match, Angel Cruz suggested that he and Be Cool should form a tag team called the Angel Cruisers, and challenged Candice LeRae and Joey Ryan to a tag match at WrestleRama, as the crowd chanted Angel Cruz's theme song, which no one ever does. That's cool. I hope he'll keep doing that. Yeah,
he's getting his own t-shirt line as well. He's really over.
Oh, absolutely. Like, he's actually one of the best characters in OTT.
Yeah,
if not the best one, like you could argue. Like, so. And the main event, the controversial main event between Ryan Smile and Mark Haskins for the NLW heavyweight title. It was funny when Smile's theme was cut when he got into the ring, and he walked back to make a second entrance, enraging Haskins. So the music cut like when he was in the ring. Oh wait, bye. Music plays again, and like he made a second entrance again, slightly shorter. Liking Smile's aggressive streak and mannerisms as a heel, he's embracing the heel a lot better nowadays, which I actually really like.
Yeah,
such great, good technical wrestling and aggression from Haskins. Though moments in the match included Haskins kicking out of the tombstone at the count of 1, Smile's over turnbuckle dive. Over when he dived over the turnbuckle, as he always does during his matches. Smile mocking Skrull with a super kick to the knee, like doing the whoop whoop bit like there. And Haskins dived into the crowd areas before Death Valley driving Smile back into ringside. During the match, a chance. This is actually a moment that happened during this match. You have to kind of be there. When you watch this, check it out. A fan chanted, "I'm so horny," like close to where the main camera is. And apparently Joe, who's the promoter, apparently punched him in the back of the head, telling him to stop chanting. I didn't see this. I heard the chants, but I was talking to Stephen, who was right beside me, and he was like, Joe just punched someone in the back of the head. I think it was that guy who chanted that chant. I'm like, yeah, well, it was right beside the cameras. I don't think that makes sense.
Okay.
It kind of had to. Otherwise, it'll go out live in all the time. So I suppose it makes sense. Haskins got Smile to tap out with his version of the sharpshooter, but Foxy was down following an accidental roundhouse kick from Haskins. Haskins almost won after a Death Valley driver, but Foxy was only recovering to count to 2. Haskins then countered a second frog splash from Smile into a bridging armbar to make Smile tap out, and what looked like Haskins winning the title by submission. However, Haskins complained that his foot was under the rope, and therefore the decision should have counted, before getting on a bit of a tirade, ripping parts of the ring off. Joe then came down to the ring to make a decision to where the match would be restarted. Smile then lowblowed Haskins when Foxy's back was turned, and pinned Haskins after a curve stomp to retain the title in an incredibly controversial finish. It felt so real as well.
Yeah,
that was what was so cool about it. Like, especially Joe coming down as Joe, as opposed to, we won't say.
Yeah, that's the first time he actually I've never seen him get involved in anything like that before.
It's a first, so it's awesome. Like, and after the match, Mick Foley appeared on screen announcing that Smile will defend his title against both Haskins and Skrull in a triple threat match. Haskins then talked to the mic that although Smile is willing to die for the title, Haskins is willing to kill for it. That's his intent. Good. So it really leads to exciting stuff to WrestleRama. Again, awesome.
I said to you off air that I'm kind of upset at the fact that that it's not a one-on-one match with Skrull and Smile. But then again, Haskins is such a good wrestler that like you said, you've convinced me to say that it is going to add to the match.
Yeah.
So
you're very traditional with the singles matches, aren't you?
No, it's just because I want to see the third installment of it. I want to see the rubber match between these two, and I think WrestleRama is the perfect place to do it. But I guess if you want to hold off and do it at the Tivoli or something like that, that's fine too. So.
It's like here's an example. Call me controversial for bringing this up.
Okay.
But remember the main events for WrestleMania 20?
Okay.
Yeah, when it was originally supposed to be Chris Benoit and Triple H. Shawn Michaels gets involved because of the rivalry between Triple H and Shawn Michaels. That was a pretty big rivalry.
Yeah.
It adds to it. It's like several rivalries in one.
Yeah, okay. It's
not only in this case, it's not only against Smile against Skrull, but Smile against Haskins.
Yeah, true.
And Haskins and Haskins and Skrull have a history in Progress as well. Like Haskins beats Skrull to become Progress champion. Do you know that actually?
No, I didn't.
There you go. So it'll add to it. So I'm really looking forward to this match. Should be an awesome match.